Testing, 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 testing. Make sure these charts change. Then we can get on into it. All right. All right. Here we go. We ready. We ready. All right. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith back with another stock market analysis video. Today is October 21st, 2025, and we're doing our analysis for tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. Okay? Let's first go over the economic so we can see what we got planned tomorrow. Really, the only big news we got tomorrow is crude oil. Let me go check the calendar on my phone just to make sure they didn't add anything else, but this is the screenshot from this Sunday, the news events that was scheduled. So let's check and make sure they didn't add anything. Yeah, we still just got crude oil. All right, so for tomorrow, October 22nd, we got crude oil. Okay, y'all know how I feel about crude oil. It's really hit or miss when it comes to impact in the market. If you trade oil, yeah, of course it impacts you, but when it comes to our futures and some stocks, it's like sometimes the oil coming out can move certain things, but sometimes it don't do nothing but only affect oil. So we just have to see tomorrow. But it's at 9:30 a.m. So we got a little time beforehand to get in the trade and still avoid the news. So yeah, that's all the economic news we got for tomorrow. Let's check out the earnings. Let me pull up these earnings. Earnings for tomorrow. As we know, today aftermarket we had Netflix. Today that was the big key thing after today's close was Netflix. So we're gonna check out Netflix chart, see what it's looking like. We may go look at Capital One also and see what that's looking like. But those were the after close for tomorrow. In the morning, we got AT&T. For sure, we want to check out AT&T. And then in the evening, the main ones I told y'all that I'm looking for this week is Tesla, IBM. I want to see what they do when it comes to these earnings. We got them tomorrow after the close. So, yeah. So that's what we're looking like when it comes to earnings. We're gonna check out Netflix. We're gonna check out possibly Capital One, see what it's looking like. But I definitely want to see what AT&T, IBM, and Tesla are looking like. And we still checking out Intel. All right. Now let's get into the charts. Let's not waste any time. Jump right into these charts. Okay. Let's go to the daily. First thing first. Today we had a nice day on futures, man. We honestly didn't trade MES or MNQ today because we said, hey, we really don't like how MES and MNQ look. I told y'all what I thought today would have been on MES and NQ. I said, hey, I think we're gonna close red, but we really probably consolidate today, most of the day. And that's pretty much what happened today, man. We just pretty much consolidated. We did finish closing red, but pretty much just consolidate most of the day. I mean, it had certain stretches where it was running up and running down, but we just didn't trade it. We stayed away from it and we traded gold. Gold was our moneymaker today. And the past couple, like 4 or 5 days, trading days, gold has been our moneymaker, honestly. Um, but we end up catching gold today. And I also caught some off stream. I ended up getting some more gold. Ended up closing with like an extra 1,300 for the day, which was real nice, like real nice. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into these charts, see what we expect for the rest of this week. And yeah, so first thing first, we're gonna go check out. Let's look at the weekly. I haven't been looking at the weekly in a little while. Looking at the weekly on SPY. Uh, let's hide some of these drawings. Looking at the weekly on SPY, I see that like we said, we had that lower low. Look like we're potentially aiming to come make this higher high. And knowing on that weekly, it's not that's not true structure after having a lower low and then making a higher high. Still not a true structure. So we kind of want to see it kind of explode past this high. Honestly, I want to see it explode past this high if we can. We get a nice solid close past this high. I think we're gonna keep on pushing. I don't think we're going to get that higher low close to it if we close past this previous week high. Okay. Um, I honestly think we're gonna keep squeezing. Might see us start slowing down around 680s, maybe 690s. If we close past the high, we fail to close past the high, and we just weak it, then yeah, I can see us coming down, possibly making a higher low somewhere in here at like 660, 640. I mean 660, 650s. Um, but yeah, I do expect this high to get taken. If it fails to come take this high, the only way I can see it failing to take this high is if we just straight dump the rest of the week. Like we gotta turn red. Okay? That's the only way I can see it failing to come take that high. Daily. So like we said, weekly we don't got no structure. Um Daily, we don't really got the structure. We just started making the structure now, actually. We had a lower low, ended up making that high, made another low, then made a higher high. So that's uptrend. So now we know for a fact we're in an uptrend, okay? We know for a fact we're in a uptrend now. On SPY. We're still in this downtrend right here, this minor downtrend, but currently we're sitting in this uptrend. Um Potentially we're going to come take this high. My biggest thing that kind of hesitated a little bit, if you would say, is we end up getting this red doji. Honestly, if the market wanted to just keep shooting, I mean, if it was really trying to seek and get that high right at the moment, it wouldn't even give us a red candle without taking that high first. So now this little hesitation do kind of mess it up a little bit. We could see that pullback. Potentially, the market is trying to make another high low. Then it will try to go take that high. Or we can be just seeing, hey, slight pullback. This can be the higher low. And if we just take the high of this candle, that's when we take the high of these candles. Okay. Um, Honestly, what I'm looking for is just a green candle. Either I'm looking for a green daily candle to go long, or I'm looking for this high of this previous candle, uh, this previous daily candle to get taken. Um, but I know what it's red. The market is looking to make what some type of low, either a higher low or it can come all the way down, and lead us to that lower low. But it had to be a nice big drop because we're sitting at 670. It had to drop all the way down to 657 just to get us that lower low. And it can happen. The market can do it. You got, like I said, we got Tesla, IBM. A lot of stuff can come out and push that market down. So be cautious, be aware. Okay. Now let's start out with these targets. Like we said, we got uptrend. Overall structure is an uptrend. So we still saying we're bullish. Okay. Even with that red candle there, we're still saying we're bullish. We only look for longs. Okay, so we turn the charts back on, drawings back on. Now, pretty much, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. This whole week we kind of didn't even have to move nothing. We only adding fair value gaps, honestly. We're really not having to move too much. I can't say this. We can't. We do have this low right here. We can set turn it pink. You see how we got this pink low down here that we didn't want to see get beat? We can mark this one as pink also because it just made that higher low yesterday. And then after making that higher low, we know what this is solidified, but it's within the trend. That's why I don't got it red. It's not my true solidified low. It's within the trend, so it's just like, yeah, it's a solidified level, but it's within inside this trend. That's the only thing. That's the only reason I don't have it solid red. But we still want to respect it like it's a solidified level. So we don't want to see the market come below 657.11. So we know what? Hey, we looking for our bull trade between 657.11 and 673.94. All right, well, we got our fair value gap sitting here. We got another fair value gap that's small within inside this daily gap. I don't want to mark it just because I don't like putting the gaps inside the gaps because it just causes a lot of confusion. And of course, we see this big visible gap right here. But like I said, we have a red. Let me see if I can delete this. Sometimes it don't delete while I'm on screen. Oh, it deleted today. There we go. We do have this red candle though. That's why I said this red candle is showing us, hey, we got some type of low getting set, either higher low or lower low. Me seeing this red candle, I can expect the market potentially coming back down to this daily fair value gap and then trying to bounce, and that can be an entry for us. It can be that we come down, and break out, retest, then go. So we could see that. We see a wick come down here. We probably be looking for them longs at that point. Probably be looking for that long at that point. Stop loss will be the bottom of this daily candle. More than likely. Uh, but we have to see on the lower time frame. I must see market structure shifts happening here. But that still wouldn't be a A++ trade. It'll be more like an A trade or B plus trade by getting in off the top of this daily gap. An A+ trade will be if we get the tap and we get a green candle, then we should be okay. 100%. We should be aiming for these highs. Okay, but just a tap, like say tomorrow we just tap into it, jumping in. You can get in light, if you want. Me personally, I might catch one light one. Aim for the highs. That's what I'm gonna do. But honestly, an A+ trade would be if, say, if we open up wick down here and we end up closing green, man, take it to the highs. Okay. But honestly, that's the only trade we're looking for the longs. If you want to go short, honestly, all you're looking for is a close inside this daily gap. Close inside this daily gap, it can at least give you the strength or confidence to come down to this gap here. And if we can close past that daily gap, break, retest, drop down to the other daily rate. Okay? So that's the game plan if you're looking to go short. Or currently right now, we're looking to go long just because we got what? We got a high, low, higher, high. Okay? Let's go to QQQ. And like I said, most of these charts, we don't even have to change our target and stop loss because everything is still the same. Just like QQQ, everything the same. Only thing we're adjusting now is just adding either fair value gaps or some new solidified levels. So like right here on NQ, let's hide it. We got what? That lower low, but then we're gonna make it what? High, low, higher, high. This is showing, hey, we're making some type of low. Either it can be a higher low or it can be a lower low. We just gotta see, we gotta see. Now, and another thing I want to mention though, We did. I think we did sweep these highs. No, we did. No, we didn't. Never mind. We didn't sweep the highs. Okay. So it's not sweeping the highs. We still got a chance to come take the high. I can see that. Okay. But yeah, like we said, red candle telling us, hey, it's making some type of low. Either we catch the bounce down here at this fair value gap, or when it breaks the high. Okay, we'll take the longs. But on on QQQ, it's dang near at the target, So it's like ES got a little bit more room. I would prefer to take it on ES. I mean SPY. I keep saying ES. Take it on SPY because it got a little bit more room to the upside. So, me personally, I probably would take it on SPY versus QQQ. Okay, take the long. Once it take the high, take the long up to the all-time highs. Now we close past them all-time highs. Okay, like I said, we can see it possibly starting to squeeze. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly close past that high. We can see it squeezing possibly up to like 620. Yeah, around 620s. On QQQ. You definitely probably can see a squeeze up to them 620, 630s. Alright. Go back to the hourly. Go to the daily. Like we said, our entries is probably a bounce on this daily gap. Daily gap, fair value gap. Honestly, I don't want to take shorts, but if you're looking to go short, you got to see it close inside that daily fair value gap. But then we do have another gap right underneath it. So be quick to get out. Be quick to get out. Okay. Now let's drop down to ES. And you know what? We might. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I was gonna say we might go chart it up on my top step, but it's fine. Just because the top step has the real time data on it. Daily on ES. It looks pretty much similar to SPY. Only thing is, instead of just having that straight higher high, higher low, higher high, on ES we did make a lower low. That's what kind of threw it off some. We ended up making a lower low. So now we got a higher high. ES don't have that true uptrend structure yet. Because it has a lower low with a higher high. So it needs these to be the new low. And then make another high that's gonna make a higher low and higher high. Then we should be 100% in the uptrend. Okay, and we should be going straight to them targets. So our biggest thing, we want to see ES come take this high. Previous day high. We want to see it take this high and close past the high if it can. Now ES did come tap into the daily fair value gap versus SPY. We didn't tap into the gap yet. So like I said, if ES push overnight, then SPY can gap up. Either can gap up or it can open up somewhere near the top of this candle. And we push past that high, we might not even see that retest of that daily. Okay? So it just all depends how we look and how we open in the morning. If we, like I said, we open up in the morning and we already took this high, I'm more than likely thinking we're gonna squeeze to them highs. Okay? Unless we just somehow flush back into the daily gap. But pretty much same way as SPY, we looking for them longs once it take the high. It could come, like we said, it could come down, dip a little bit more into the daily gap, but we don't want to see that close inside the daily gap. We want it to still close outside. All right, let's jump to NQ. NQ, same thing like with ES. It did come down and make that lower low, but it came back and made a higher high. Now NQ did not touch this daily gap. Did not touch the daily gap, so it still can come down, bounce off the daily gap to go higher. Only one that touched it so far is ES. So same thing. If we break that high, we want to see a hold above, then potentially take this target high. Or if it come down to this gap, we want to see it reject and give us a green candle down here to go higher. Okay. So honestly, y'all, it's the same stuff. Really the same stuff. We either gonna see this move to the upside either today, well Wednesday or Thursday. Honestly, I think Wednesday or Thursday gonna be the days that we we have to touch it by Thursday close. All right. Now let's go check out gold. Like I told y'all, this was our money maker today. We took them gold shorts. Um, honestly, when it came down here to this fair value gap, that's when we took them shorts. Took them gold shorts. We took it when it broke this low. Took it down to this fair value gap. Then we jumped in again to come inside the daily fair value gap. But it didn't close inside it, so that shows strong rejection. But it did push to the other side though. My biggest thing I'm trying to see is this candle gonna end up closing green tomorrow, or is it gonna close red inside the gap? If it closes green, we might see one more retest of this daily gap, and then it might pop right back up, eventually breaking. If this leads a fair value gap, breaking this fair value gap to try to see if we can go higher. Um, but if you looking for a long on gold, this will literally this where it had to be. You literally, because it's the last fair value gap. Well, other than this one that slightly overlaps it, um, these two the last fair value gaps you got before it makes another lower low. Um, so you really need to see that bounce happening around here if you're looking to go long on gold. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I think that's it. For futures, we finna go check out these earnings real quick, and then we probably gonna call it after that. So let me jump over to Netflix first. See what Netflix. Why is it not on my red list? What the world? Netflix should be on my red list. Let's see what them earnings on Netflix. First, before we look at the earnings, let's see what we kind of can envision that it might try to do or did. We see uptrend, higher high, higher low, higher high. Last low is all the way down here on the weekly. Higher high. Then we made lower low, lower high, lower low. And then we made a higher high. If we break this high, then it should be coming right back up to 1300. If the earnings push past this high, 120, 1266. If the earnings end up shooting down, earnings end up pushing it down, it has to come all the way back down to 1132. That's where it had to come down to. So honestly, either earnings need to lead us to 1266 or 1132. All right. Let's see. Let's go to daily. See what the daily looking like. Daily, like we said, we got higher high, higher low, higher high. So let's mark out the daily solidify level here. So it shouldn't come below here if we're sitting in this uptrend still. The high is there. That's our target. We're gonna check. We'll actually move it up a little bit more. Change that to green. All right, but like I said, we were starting to make a downtrend, but those are the levels. Let's mark out fair value gaps. So we got no. We got a regular gap here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Got a regular gap there that hasn't been touched. We got a regular gap over here. I wonder where this must bounced off of like a lower time frame because it didn't bounce off of this daily one for some reason. Mm. All right, we got that gap. Got a gap here to hold it up. And we got a big, huge gap right now that we're sitting in. Look like it touched the top of the gap and failed. So it might see since it failed. Unless that earnings pushed it back up and make these highs, it probably come all the way back down to this 12 off the earnings. So I'm finna look and see what the earnings did. We failed. We swept the high, failed to close above, and turn red. We could see it come back down here. Let's go see though what the earnings end up doing. Yeah, end up pushing it all the way down. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Once it closed red, it really could have pushed it down here to that 12.12. It actually pushed us down all the way down to 160. And what we said on that weekly we said then we said 1132. So 1132, I think we said. Yeah, that's what we said. So it might be it's looking like it's trying to go down there too, because it's at 160. So that means it's right here. Yeah. I think we're going down to this 1132, honestly. Because that's gonna be what? Potentially making that lower low to keep that downtrend. Because then it'll be what? High, low, lower high, lower low. This can be that next um, lower high, leading us to that next lower low. Yeah, I can see it coming to 132. We might. I'm gonna see how much the contract is. It's probably gonna be too much though. So we might grab a 132 short. It's just that's $30 difference. But I don't know if a contract's gonna be too much. But I can see Netflix going down to 132 for sure with ease. Okay, because tomorrow if we open up at 160, we just need tomorrow to close red. Honestly, if it open up around this 160, all we need is just to close red. Close red, we come down to that 132. All right. If it somehow push back inside this gap and close inside the gap or close green, then it's gonna be tricky, you know. All right. Let's look for what's next. What we said? Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla. All right, Tesla. Look at the weekly first. Well, yeah. Let's look at the weekly. Tesla weekly end up closing green. We had higher high, no higher low. What was the last higher low we had? Higher high, higher low, higher high, all the way down here. It's all the way down here. Okay. Higher high, low. Potentially can lead us to another higher high, but they have to squeeze all the way up to 470. So earnings has to push Tesla to 470 without going below that 411. Let's go to that daily. Daily, it's showing signs of that market structure shift. Okay, we got, cause we got, yeah, we had that low, but we got high, low, higher, high. Okay, it's showing signs, but we just made that red candle yesterday, so we need this to stay at this high low. We can't see it come back below this 420, 421. Needs to hold up. It needs these earnings tomorrow or tomorrow candle. Tomorrow Thursday candle has to come break this 449. Okay, and close pass to keep this uptrend going. Honestly, once it take that, then it's 453. Close past there, then it should be going straight to the high. Honestly, it's potential for Tesla to go up to 470. All right, we just gotta see. Just gotta see. We need that. We need one more green candle to come. So tomorrow, if it can be a green candle, that'd be nice. All right, then who else we said? Tesla, AT&T. What's theirs? I forgot. I got them, but I don't remember what their symbols is. Is it ATT? Nah, yeah, it is ATT. Well, no, it ain't. I thought it was ATT. God dang. Why I say VE stocks? I thought it was ATT. I don't know. Let me type in AT. I'm gonna put the and sign. Maybe it'll pop it up. And, oh, so it's T. My bad. See, look. All right, looking at AT&T. What they looking like? Weekly. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly. It made what? Just made some lower lows. Potentially, shoot, if we take this low of that 25, 35, shoot, we can see it coming all the way down to 24.36. Okay? You can see it coming down there. So it just had to take the low of that candle and close below. Let's go to the daily. Daily. We just made higher high. But we made that higher high. We don't got well, we made that high. We don't have a higher high yet. So unless the earnings can push it up to make this higher high, look like we finna dump. Unless these earnings can squeeze, make it come break this high. So let's see what the earnings end up doing. Or is that in the morning it's coming out? Yeah, it's coming out tomorrow. So depending on the earnings, we want to see, is it going to push us up here to make this uptrend keep going valid? Or will it just come dump, make this lower low, and delete us to that 24 down here to lead us down there. Okay? So it all depends on them earnings. The earnings come out, we break this high. Break that high. First target is 26.93. Let's also look at the weekly. Weekly, it can stop at 26.59. We need to see it squeeze past there. So honestly, I'm gonna change these to white. And then the greens are the two targets, depending on which direction they go. Alright? Whichever direction the earnings come out. So if it breaks this white line, target is down here at 24.33. Breaks this white line, first target is 26.93. Okay? So yeah. That's AT&T. Let's one more, ain't it? AT&T, Netflix. What we say? AT&T, Netflix, Tesla. I feel like there's one more. It was on the side with Tesla. What was next to Tesla, y'all? It was Tesla, and then it was something else right next to it, because AT&T was the pre-market. Tesla and who was it? Give me one second. I'm trying to figure it out. IBM. That's who it was. IBM. I knew it was somebody over there with Tesla. IBM. Here we go. Weekly. IBM. Last thing we did, made a higher high. Nice. Made that low. Okay, look like we potentially making a higher low. We just got a green weekly. So honestly, this week has to shoot up, man. It has to shoot up back to 300s. this might be the best looking chart, honestly, out of all of them. Cause we coming out of weekly fair value gap. We already made a higher high. This potentially that new higher low. This might be the best chart so far. The only thing that kind of make it iffy is did close inside that gap, but it still looks pretty nice. Let me look at the daily though. Daily, we need that uptrend structure to start. So we got high. Did we make a higher high? This high is 285.45. This high is 285.50. Yes, we did. Made a higher high. So we don't expect us to come below here at this point. Don't expect us to come below 27.35. So we want to see the market keep pushing. Okay, do we got a daily fair value gap? That's the question. Do we got a daily fair value gap? Because us not having daily fair value gap will kind of make this tricky because we did close red. We got this daily fair value gap. This is our only hope. Oh no, we got one here. But we closed outside it already. But we do have one here. But we closed outside it. So honestly, tomorrow I need one or two things to happen. Either IBM barely come down, bounce out this gap and go higher, or we gotta open up inside the gap. We gotta open inside the gap. Can't open below it. You have to open up above 282.21. Okay, so let me see. Do we got pre-market? Oh, pre-market, we're above it. So as long as we can hold above, man. As long as we can start building structure here, take them long. I'm taking them loans probably to 286. And then, like I said, it can come all the way up to that 300. And come take this can lead us to that higher high. Alright. This literally can lead us to that higher high. I can see it. Okay? This might be the best looking chart out of all so far. This one and that Netflix. Netflix looking good. It's just I think the contract's gonna cost too much. Honestly, on the daily, what we're looking for is just probably these highs just get taken and get closed fast if they can. It's cool. Like I said, if it come weak down here, it just gotta end up closing back inside this gap for us to go long. Okay, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna call it tonight, y'all. I don't know how long the stream was, but we're gonna call it. That's our market analysis for October 22, 2025. Y'all have a good one. Trade safe, boy.